Hi everyone and welcome to this week's review of Cubby's Book Corner. And the book I'm doing, or books I should say, that I'll be doing for this week are these three books. It's the Black Magician Guild's Trilogy by Trudi Canavan. She also wrote the Circle of Five trilogy, which is also, I've read a couple of those, and so when I saw them in the secondhand bookstore, all three for quite cheap, I was like, yeah, sure. Haven't read these, I will give them a go. So, basic premise is kind of like Harry Potter if Harry Potter was a girl. So it's set in the fictional land of Kyralia, and the capital city Imardin has a magician's guild, as you know, every fictional town does, and that has magic. And every year, under the king's orders, the magicians purge the city streets of the poor and the vagabonds and thieves and stuff, but it's never very successful if they have to do it every year. And the magicians, they all go to the town square and they go and they shoo out all the bad people, and they surround themselves with a magic barrier to protect themselves. And of course, people retaliate and throw stones and whatever they have on them at the magicians, and it never does any damage. But the main character, Sonea, she is there at the purge and she sees the magicians and she gets very angry, of course, as we all would do if we were thrown from our homes every winter, and she throws a stone at them. She's so angry it unlocks her magic powers and it goes through the barriers and injures one of the magicians. Well, I'm not too impressed with that. And of course everyone's all like, what? She can't break barriers? She's not supposed to be able to do that. Why is this happening? Poor people aren't supposed to be magic. And it throws the Magician's Guild in turmoil. So they try and find her, but she goes into hiding. And so the last part of the first book is mostly her hiding from the magicians and learning to use her powers, but of course she hasn't been trained by any magician. She's learning by herself and it doesn't work that way. She needs a magician there. So, spoilers, she does go to magic school. Of course she would, there's two other books, so kind of expected. And overall, good books. Didn't like the last one very much. As she's a teenage girl, she has a few love interests, as we all do at that age, and she has a few which I quite like, and sort of happens naturally, but then her last and main love interest in the final book I didn't like. It happened too suddenly for me. All of a sudden it was like, oh, I'm in love with him now, and then they have sex, and it was just like, oh okay, when this happens quite randomly, but whatever works for you. So I didn't like that part, but apart from that I liked the general plot. I liked how oh, the bad guy's actually the good guy, not using any names because I don't want to ruin it for you because I want you to read them. But overall, really liked them, so if you ever see them in the bookshop I would recommend you get them. And that's my review for this week. So yeah, next week, or within the next week, I shall be reviewing more like, oh no, I don't have it with me, but it's Red Shirts by John Scalzi. It's a Star Trek parody of how all the red shirts in Star Trek die, and I'm halfway through. It's really funny, so that's what I'll be doing next week. And happy reading, everyone. I will see you soon. So, laters.